This week, Apple announced 4 new iPhones, more than the company has ever released all in one shot. Naturally, there's the iPhone 12, a big upgrade over last year's iPhone 11, with an all-new body design, OLED screen, upgraded camera, and support for Apple's new MagSafe charging and accessories. Like last year, there's also an iPhone 12 Pro and Pro Max. Phones with more cameras, a LiDAR sensor, stainless steel construction, and not a whole lot else, to be honest. The screens are bigger than last year's models, though, 6.1 and 6.7 inches respectively. And finally, a fourth iPhone, the 12 mini, takes everything in the standard 12 and puts it into a relatively tiny body with a 5.4-inch screen. If all this gives you a little anxiety over which model to buy, we're here to break it down for you. The good news is that all of the new iPhones come with the same processor, Apple's new A14 Bionic, and all have 5G connectivity and high-resolution OLED screens. They also have similar wide and ultra-wide cameras. In a lot of ways, your decision mostly comes down to screen size and how much you're willing to spend. If you're a fan of small phones, or you want the least expensive new iPhone, the iPhone 12 mini is the clear choice. Its 5.4-inch screen isn't exactly small, but it's becoming increasingly rare to find phones with displays under 6 inches. What's most intriguing here is that the phone is significantly smaller than the iPhone SE, which has a 4.7-inch screen, but large top and bottom bezels. The most crucial thing to know about the iPhone 12 mini is that you're not giving up any features or performance for its smaller size. The only caveat is that its battery life won't be as good as its larger siblings. The iPhone 12 mini starts at $699 from AT&T and Verizon, or $729 unlocked and on other carriers. For most people, the standard iPhone 12 will provide the best bang for the buck. It has a large 6.1-inch screen, but Apple has reduced the overall size of the device compared to last year's iPhone 11, so you get that big screen in a smaller package. The iPhone 12 is more expensive than the iPhone 11, starting at $799 on Verizon and AT&T, or $829 elsewhere, but it's a pretty big upgrade over the iPhone 11. Between 5G, the OLED screen, a faster processor, a better camera, and a redesigned smaller body, you're getting a lot of upgrades for your money this year. All of those improvements to the iPhone 12 means the gap between the 12 and the 12 Pro is relatively small. As far as we can tell so far, the most meaningful difference is the 12 Pro has 3 back cameras instead of 2. If you want a telephoto lens, you'll have to get the Pro, and the more expensive phone also includes the new Pro HDR photo shooting mode as well. The 12 Pro also adds a LiDAR scanner, which lets you take portraits with the phone's night mode enabled. The screen on the 12 Pro is almost identical to the one on the 12, except it's slightly brighter. The 12 Pro also uses a stainless steel enclosure instead of the aluminum found on the regular 12, and comes with double the internal storage. It's not a bad set of upgrades considering an iPhone 12 with 128GB of storage costs $879, and the 12 Pro costs $999. But most people will likely be just as happy saving a little cash with the 12. Finally, there's the iPhone 12 Pro Max. This awkwardly named phone is large with a 6.7-inch screen. It's also quite expensive, starting at $1,099. But if you want the best battery life and camera in an iPhone, this is the phone for you. The 12 Pro Max has a telephoto camera like the 12 Pro, but it features a longer 65mm focal length rather than the 52mm one found on the smaller phone. That works at the 2.5x zoom on the 12 Pro Max compared to the standard lens, while the 12 Pro only gets 2x zoom. The standard wide camera on the 12 Pro Max also has a larger sensor with larger pixels and improved optical image stabilization. Apple says this will lead to an 87% improvement in low light performance. The bottom line is, if you want the best camera on an iPhone, spending an extra $100 for the 12 Pro Max might be worth it. Of course, we need to put all 4 of these phones through full reviews before we can say for sure if Apple is delivering on its promises this year. If you want to hear more about the latest iPhones and other news in the world of tech, please click subscribe and stay tuned to Engadget.